Set for action here in Championship Wrestling one-on-one competition. You take a look at the youngster, Jack Cartwright. We saw him team with Jose Santiago in a losing effort against the Friendship Farm, but certainly an impressive young athlete with lots of upside. Speaking of which, on the other side of the ring, EJ Sparks, three-time Arizona State champion in Championship Wrestling from Arizona, and gave current United Television champion Dan Joseph a real run for his money on our inaugural episode of Returning to Live Action. Should be a good one, Blake.
Yeah, you've seen EJ Sparks throw several kicks, and there we saw Cartwright counter it.
Cartwright with a lot of gymnastic background, 15 years as a competitive gymnast. You can see a little bit of that right there and a whole lot of it as well. Tried to come up with the head scissors, shrugged off there by EJ Sparks. Swing and a miss there, but again, right back to his feet. And a big shot there, and Cartwright had a fantastic showing. Hold on here, EJ Sparks looking for the win. I think Cartwright really had a fantastic showing against Clark Connors of the LA Dojo as well. Showed a lot of that athleticism there. Talented youngster at only 19 years old.
I'd like to see Cartwright do a little better job of getting his hands on EJ. As long as EJ's able to stay all the way out at kicking range, he's doing a lot of damage to Cartwright. Cartwright doesn't have an answer for these kicks.
Goes for the cover now after that splash. Count it 2. Back and forth action here. Again, always looking to climb up that pecking order, as you talked about in the past. All the competitors been chomping at the bit to get under the bright lights again here at the United Wrestling Network, and victories are extremely important for EJ, especially if he wants to factor back into title competition after losing that bid for the television title. Cartwheels out, does Jack Cartwright. Might as well call him Jack Cartwheel. Look at this guy. Ha ha. Standing moonsault on the money, going to put him away, perhaps upset City, no.
Cartwright did an awesome job of escaping out of the corner there. EJ Sparks has been doing a fantastic job of working the body on Cartwright. And had he been in the corner for that shot, I mean, he might be down for a pinfall already. Cartwright was able to get out and reverse it and start putting it on EJ Sparks.
Cartwright comes up with the power slam and again goes for the cover. And Jack Cartwright has been hunting for that victory. He's gone for the pin several times. And he has had EJ Sparks off balance. Now both starting to throw here.
You can tell Cartwright's getting a little emotional in there and trying to play the striking game with EJ because EJ is getting the better of the strikes. Cartwright seems like he might be getting a little mad trying to throw back when he should be grappling. He's getting the upper hand in the grappling exchanges.
Totally agree with you there. You don't throw rocks at a man with a machine gun, and Sparks is an incredible striker. Look out here, power bomb on the way perhaps. Yes, sit out, power bomb into the cover, weight over the shoulders. Only a count of 2. Great counter there by Cartwright. Again, enough can't be said of the fact this youngster, 19 years old, collegiate football player at Chapman University as a fullback, and now he's got the man in trouble and going to try and take the steam out of him here.
Exactly, slowing things down. He's got his arm under the chin, so he's able to block the carotid arteries. This is going to stop blood flow to the brain, which is going to do several things, but primarily he's looking to put EJ to sleep. I don't know if it's deep enough to get him to sleep, but it's going to slow EJ down. And if he can get this brain working lesson, he's going to be a less smart fighter in there.
Excellent point. Can absolutely soften up the opponent, if not score the submission victory. But he got rocked there, did Cartwright, but now returning in favor with that elbow. A real struggle between two great athletes.
I'd like to see Cartwright slap another submission on, or some type of hold so he can continue to slow EJ down. If he can take some of the spring out of his bounce, he might be able to nullify some of these kicking attacks that EJ Sparks is so known for.
No question about it. Still to come in our main event. It's going to be Ray Rose's Well All Day Heritage title. Will we see a conclusion this time out? Kickboxing coming into play again for EJ Sparks. Oh, but eats a clothesline. Nothing fancy about that, but absolutely rocks Sparks.
That was a beautiful display of sometimes raw power can just take over technique. We saw EJ with some beautiful combinations just to get trucked by that big clothesline.
Wow, talk about beautiful. How about the velocity there and that handspring back elbow? EJ is in trouble here. Now the fireman's carry roll through, and look at that. Cartwright right back to his feet. and he's got Sparks in a prone position. Might be looking for that jack attack, his variation of the Phoenix Splash. Calls the audible, countered, roundhouse rhythm, rocks him. Does EJ Sparks, drops him. Unbelievable, now he's going for that spark out, Blake.
Oh, that's deep, that's deep.
Here is your winner, EJ Sparks.
Incredible, Blake. The strike sets up the submission. Tell us about that spark out.
So when he locks his hands, he's blocking the carotid artery with the back of one of his calves and then his S-gripped hands around the neck. So, and that was deep. You got a quick tap out of Jack Cartwright on that.
Big victory by EJ Sparks. More coming your way, including the Heritage title on the line in our main event. We'll be back with more Championship Wrestling.